I mean, I'm cool with people being mods as long as they're, you know,
Right.
like as long as cause I know them enough that they just seem like, you know, a respectable, decent person as far as like.
Yeah. I'm not. I just want to make sure you knew I wasn't asking for that. I was just saying if you need help, just ask me a question. I can answer it. Not a problem.
Is this a Wesker or a Nemesis?
I heard you say you were learning, I think, Discord or something.
Well, I'm not. I guess I need to, at least to some degree, because
I think I said he needs to learn. Said he needs to learn.
If you got questions, ask away, man. You got my Discord now.
But
I probably should, but I don't really like my server ain't nothing serious. Just
for me, like honestly, for me, it's like almost anything goes. It's just that the things that I'm concerned about and don't want is I just really don't want profanity, pornography. There's a lot of kids that pass through there, and so that's my thing. Like I just would try to people.
You could probably blacklist words or something, no?
I don't know, maybe, but I would like.
Words.
I just know how some people are, you know, and I know that people will send me directly things that are profane or perverse, and it's like I don't want that just being spammed in the group or shown to people that.
The two things that I've done for people is that, like he was mentioning, is you can ban certain words, like where if they try to type it, they'll just won't allow it. And the second thing is to make like an 18+ channel for people to post those kinds of things in there.
No, I just don't. I would just rather them not. Like I would just because there's plenty of that in every other server, and I would just want to keep it clean. And they're little kids, and I remember being a young kid, and the first time I was exposed to certain things like that, like it, it's.
Oh man. Growing up being a gamer, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I know, but
you can't protect people. Come on now.
Growing up with the internet, you get exposed to more things than you probably want to.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of it there.
I was like 8'7" being sent to fucking Meatspin.
What's that?
As a troll. I
don't know what that is.
Good. It's like not good. It's scarring for children to see. Scarring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I didn't catch what you called what you were talking about.
Huh?
The name of it.
What is it?
Oh, Meat Spin.
Meat Spin?
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but the name of it already sounds kind of dirty.
Yeah, you can just imagine, yeah.
Just don't Google it. From what you just said a while ago, don't Google it.
Yeah. Tell 7-year-olds not to fucking Google it, yeah.
Well, that's exactly my point, is that there's already so much of that permeating the internet and Discord servers that it's like, I want it to be more wholesome over here, where that's not.
Well, then you can, I would say, add.
I even have family members and like cousins or nephews and just kids, and I want everybody to feel like they're like proud that they're, part of the server and all that, and I don't want them being exposed to that kind of stuff. And
then just have your admin add some words, blacklist the words, and you should be okay with that.
Yeah, other than blacklisting words, you just need people that are watching your server and banning people to do that shit, really.
Yeah, well, the thing is, pretty much, some of the admins are even kids, too, so it's like, they're going to be the first ones to see that stuff.
Well, why you admin it? Like, I guess if they're trusted, but like...
Yeah, because...
usually you want people that are like, I would assume, the first people that are going to see that shit.
Right.
To be older.
So, I know TrollingProphet is Michaela right now. Who were you in this game?
Plug. I'm not.
Your Plug. Your Tate. Okay.
This man has been chasing me around this building for the entirety of like 10 years. Leave me. He's coming back for more.
So Gibby's a random, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Gibby Gibbs.
Jesus, this man does not give up. Is he leaving? Oh, he's leaving.
You know, and then on top of all that, there's like, you know, I'm monetized on YouTube and I don't need things being demonetized or age restricted. And then I also had, there was one kid whose like family was like questioning, well, what is this server you're on and these older people you're talking with? And the kid explained like, oh, they're on YouTube and they're streaming. And so it's like, imagine some angry parent being like, my kid heard or saw this on your...
Well, what's really gonna come on that? I really don't see the point.
Well, no, I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to like...
don't run no channel.
I'm trying to keep a... I'm just trying to keep...
Oh, maybe you agree with me. I don't know if that would really do anything to you. Maybe like 1 or 2 people might be like, oh shit, look at what this family said, but I don't think that would really do anything.
No, but I'm just saying that, like, I'm just trying to keep standards, you know.
Unless it was really bad, I guess, like really, really bad. But I know you're not. Anything a family would say about you would probably be just slander, not right. And if it wasn't right, it'd be a joke. It'd be laughable. Whatever you.
He just whipped me and ran away.
And with you saying like you being on YouTube, being monetized, that you gotta be careful who you allow on voice chat with you as well, I guess.
Yeah, that is. Well, I mean, I've had.
Honestly, you shouldn't have me in here, man. I was raised by a trucker.
Why did somebody just randomly just sabotage a hook? The random just sabotage a hook where it was nowhere near anything.
On voice chat that's gonna cause a problem. It can cause you major problems because it's live. You know, there's no delay or nothing.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I have a lot of different YouTube channels, and I've dealt with a lot of that stuff, like being demonetized, age restricted,
oh, that sucks.
Community guideline strikes, copyright strikes, and all that kind of. A streamer actually hit me on this channel with a copyright strike, and I wasn't able to stream for a week because of it. Oh. And you know why? Because I beat him. Because I beat him.
No, but like, what? Why? Like, what was the reasoning behind the copyright?
Okay, so
what was his like? What did the copyright say?
And the strike's still on my channel, but I'm able to stream again. The reason was I was the nurse, and basically I spanked him, and then he, you know, like I owned him. And it's understandable. He was solo, and it wasn't like he was with some sweaty Swift or anything. But what happened was in the end game, he started putting, you know, he put some snarky remarks like, oh, you know, nice build. Did you come up with that yourself? You know, and just kind of was like, just running his mouth. And I was like, oh, are you salty? And so it turned into like a little spout. And then I was like, oh, mind if I use your VOD? Because he was streaming. And he was like, no, I'll copyright claim you or strike you or whatever. And so I actually went on his stream and started watching it because I was like, well, I want to see his perspective of the game, like how it looked from...
Oh, you watch it live? Is that what you're supposed to say?
And I watched his stream while I was streaming, which technically could be under like fair use commentary criticism. I was gonna
say, don't people do that all the time though?
I mean, if you want to argue,
I guess if it's usually someone big watching like a smaller channel, they usually want that.
Well, the thing is, he manually put in, like, he filled out a report and said that I was using. Oh yeah,
whereas someone wouldn't do that if it was exposure to.
Like, it would have never been detected automatically. He manually did it. But the thing is, when someone does that, YouTube has to take it serious.
Oh, you said.
So they immediately, yeah, you got tunneled out, I guess. So YouTube immediately, just by default, you know, takes down the stream and penalizes you. And then you're left with the option to dispute it. So I put in a dispute and I said, you know, technically speaking, his stream was like 8 hours long. Mine was going on for like 32 hours. And I was like, you know, I used a 10-minute clip for purposes of commentary and criticism, falls under fair use. And so then basically when you dispute it, it opens the door to it actually becoming like a legal thing. And so he messaged, because first I messaged him nicely and said, can you please remove this? Like, I can't stream, there's a strike on my channel. I said, if you retract this, I will delete the video. You know, I'll just work with you. Like, can you just take this off my channel and I'll delete the video? No problem, whatever. And he's like, nope, you can dispute it if you want. So then I dispute it. And then after I dispute it, he comes back at me like, well, you know, this is opening a legal thing that I don't want to ruin you financially. You know, you're going to have to get a lawyer and go to court over this. And I'm sitting here thinking like, and so then, you know, we finally talked it all through, and he's like, I was like, I'll delete the video if you just take this off, no worries. And so finally he agreed, but whatever the case was, he never got it accomplished. Like he was saying, well, I don't know how to take it off. And so basically the punishment was a week of no streaming, but the copyright is still, the strike is still on my channel for like 3 months. And then if you get 3 strikes, you get shut down. But basically, long story short, just literally over a little spout in a game, like because a player wanted to be salty, my whole stream was shut down for a week, and I have a strike on my channel.
That's lame.
But I think that in time, like, since I did put in the dispute and he hasn't countered it with, like, you know, saying we're still going to go through with this, I think that strike should get removed sooner. Because basically, like, he puts in a claim against me, then I put a counter claim. Now it's on him to respond back, and if he doesn't respond back, then it kind of just goes in my favor, because it's like he dropped the case, basically. It's just a matter of time. But the whole point in saying all that is how easily someone could, you know, shut you down. Yeah, the strike's still there, actually. So, yeah, it's weird. So it says view options.
Well, thanks for inviting me to your Discord, and thanks for trusting me to get on your voice chat while we play DBD while you're live. So
yeah, so far everybody's been cool. Like, we haven't had any issues or anything, but it's always an option. It's always a possibility. Yep. You never know, and so I'm just trying to be on guard. And plus, in my YouTube chat, there was all kinds of like bots posting links to porno sites and stuff. So I had to actually make it so that nobody can comment in the live stream unless they subscribe, in order to stop those bots from constantly posting. They're just posting.
I'd say stay on the defensive like you are. Like, stay active with it, because they are out there, and you will get somebody that's going to join and try to start some, you know, whatever. It'll happen. So Nuclear Pug says in the chat, kids can't see murder or hear swear words. They should stay blind to reality so they can become just like their blind parents. You can cut down all the flowers, but spring will still come. Okay, so by that philosophy, let's just, you know, put it all in front of their face and contribute to...
I agree with the man. I just wouldn't even worry about that. I don't believe in censorship in the slightest bit. I think it's stupid, but I wouldn't word it like that.
Well, you know, things change when, like, well, I mean, if you have morals or standards, and then you have like kids or nephews, nieces, young kids around, family members and stuff, you know, ideals and beliefs can change. You know, when I was, you know, 15 years ago, I had the filthiest mouth out of anybody you would know, and participated in things that, you know, I don't today. But as you grow up and you mature, like, to suggest that I'm blind because I have standards is just stupid, because I'm probably more I don't know, I wouldn't say woke, because that's not the term, but like more enlightened than anybody who's gonna make some blanket statement like that.
Right.
Why shouldn't they see what adults see? Why shouldn't they see what adults see? I mean, that's a stupid question. And why shouldn't, like, okay, that's just dumb. Like, why don't you feed a 3-month-old what you feed an adult? They're saying, why shouldn't they see what adults see? And I'm saying, why not feed like a 3-week-old baby, you know, the big, you know, steak dinner. Because they'll choke, right?
I didn't think I should really even with that.
I'm just saying, they're saying.
Let Panda say so if he's there. Fuck.
What?
I said, what do Panda has to say about that?
Who?
God, is his name Panda something?
Panda?
Uh-huh.
Nuclear Pug?
Oh, CC, man, I'm...
The person in the chat?
Yes. Hey, man,
They're
I'm
just...
close enough. Just rearrange those letters. A little
They're
bit,
just...
you in there.
they're just trying to... They're just trying to advocate for, you know, polluting the minds of children. You know, it's one thing to acknowledge that all this stuff is there in the world and they're likely gonna eventually see it, but I don't necessarily want to be the one with it on my conscience to say like, hey, I just exposed this person.
I don't know if he's necessarily saying that. I would think of more like they're watching someone play a game that's already like about slashers and fucking and slasher films and shit, and what do you see in slasher films? Like it's like so the whole my whole thing with it just doesn't make sense for it on level of like if we were playing Fortnite or like something
Well,
else,
I mean, you could technically argue that Fortnite is violent because you're shooting people with guns.
Technically argue it,
just because
yes,
it looks
100%.
more
It has
cartoonish.
guns, but they have no gore and they have no like reality to it. Like they have guns, yes.
Well, you know, at the same time, I'm not necessarily advocating that kids should be playing this game either. You know, but some people are a little more mature and just see it as a video game. Like when I first saw the people getting hooked in this game and the gore and stuff, it was like uncomfortable for me. And even as a killer main, I find it hard to put people on death hook a lot of times. It's just like I just have to like desensitize myself and do it, but I feel bad for them. I'm like, this is gross and this like feels awful doing this. But you know, I don't look at it like that. I look at it as like it's a game and I'm trying to win and it's just competitive to get the points and to get the kill because I have like a competitive mindset. But I'm not looking at it as like, oh yeah, I get to put this person on a hook that's penetrating through their chest and all this blood's coming out and they're screaming and this excites me. Like, so it depends how you look at it. Like I played Call of Duty and I liked the challenge of getting the most kills, but at the same time there are people
I love World of War blowing off people's legs, man. That was some cool shit. I don't know why they took it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can play Grand Theft Auto and shoot up all the police, but that doesn't make me want to shoot a cop in real life. Like that would be horrifying to see.
That's aim practice whenever I get on GTA. Come on now.
Like it's not I don't equate it with real life, even though it's somewhat realistic looking. But that's another reason why kids are so desensitized to. Why do you think you got so many kids shooting up schools? It's because they're desensitized to that stuff.